Last night I got a DM on in my Instagram from this lady. She said, "Hey, I'm just trying to be helpful. You don't look attractive or whatever you're trying to convey in your post. I'm not angry because you cut me off. I'm trying to be helpful. It's not cute. All the tattoos and the lips look like an allergic reaction. It looks like they would have been fine without. Anyway, just my input, which is not needed or asked for. I really wish you the best."
And welcome back to the new OGs, everybody. I'm your host, Chris Allen, here with the lady OG. It is just us today. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Yeah.
I'm great. This is a great day. It's a great day. It's a lovely Tuesday morning. My son just started high school. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel weird. This also feels weird because I can remember my first day of high school. It's still fairly vivid in my mind. So to be on the other side of it as a parent, it feels a little weird. To like now I'm starting to like vividly remember things as a young teenager, and to put myself in my parents' shoes, I think that's going to be really, really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about high school.
Really? Mm-mm. I found out it's usually people who like remember everything, or like people don't remember shit from high school. So you did not have fun in high school?
What the fuck? I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun in high school. I don't feel like I remember much about like experiences. Like I remember playing sports. I remember some significant things that happened, like fights or moments that happened, but like I don't really remember like my first day of school. I don't I know.
What about little things? Do you remember like sitting in certain classrooms, like around certain people?
I remember
the smells and shit like that.
I don't remember the smells. I specifically remember my physics class because my teacher passed away and all of us got A's.
Oh, during the school year?
Yeah,
my God.
like 2 months in or something, 2-3 months in. It might have been longer than that, but yeah, my physics teacher passed away from cancer. I do remember that. I remember the locker room for some reason. The gym, because I was in there because I played sports.
But not much like day to day. Like, do you remember how you got to school and all that type of stuff? Okay.
And then I started driving when I was a senior, I guess, or at some point.
I was always jealous of that when I saw that.
Yeah.
God, I used to want that so bad. Bobby was not having that shit.
I was always late.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I remember being late. Yeah, I remember going outside to like the little breezeway area between classes and lunch, the cafeteria. But like, I don't really remember too much like detail. Like,
that's so funny. Yeah. Mm-mm. What about do you remember like this like those days where you're like, oh my God, this is never gonna end. Like high school is gonna be forever. Like I remember sitting in classrooms so bored. Like I cannot wait for this part of my life to be over. And then when you look back, it was only 4 years. Like it really doesn't last that long. Mm-hmm. But at the time, it seems like it's never gonna end. Did you have that feeling?
I think like towards the end when I knew that I was gonna graduate, like I was like I struggled in school or anything, but like when I knew like it's actually over, it doesn't matter what I do, like I'm still gonna graduate, and I had like picked my college at the time.
Oh, yeah. Like
I was kind of like, I think like the last couple months were kind of like okay, but honestly like no, I just felt like I was never like, oh my God, I hate this, but I also wasn't like, this is, I don't know, my mom could probably tell you more about like how I acted in school. But I don't know. I don't know.
Were you a skipper?
No.
I never understood
absolutely
skippers.
Not. My mom would have killed me.
I went to a private school, so we paid. So yeah, mine too. But like, I just didn't see the appeal of like being at home during the day. Everybody I knew was at school.
Yeah, no, I never had the desire to skip school or leave early or
never?
fuck off. No, like I know, because I think it's because
I did do that.
I was the only child, so like all of my friends are at school, and like all of the everything I did was at school, sports, everything. So no, I might have actually kind of liked school in a weird way, but I don't know.
Oh, for real? Miles definitely loves school. He definitely loves it. I mean, we kept asking him like, "How do you feel? Are you nervous? How do you feel? How do you feel?" He was just like, "Oh, I don't really know. I don't really know." And then like we get up to the school today, and he was so excited. I mean, my mom prayed for him in the car, like on the way to school. She even asked him, "How you feel?" He was like, "Yeah, I don't really feel anything." And dude, as soon as we pulled up to the parking lot, it was a smile from ear to ear.
Khalees cannot wait. She's so excited.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh! And like all day yesterday, she was like, "I'm going to middle school. I'm going to like." She's so excited.
That's what's up.
So I'm happy.
You happy for it? Hell
Yeah.
yeah. So y'all got your supplies, all your shit ready to go?
Mostly, I'm more of the she wants to get everything. Like she's like, I need pencils, pens, dividers, erasers, notebooks, and I'm like, listen, go to school, see what your teachers tell you that you need for class, and then we can prioritize what you need instead of just like doing the most. She's more of like she wants to have everything ready to go, and I'm more like let's wait. So we're kind of battling on that.
Oh.
So I'll let her get a couple things, obviously like a notebook and like just like stuff that we know she's gonna need. But I'm trying to get her to hold. She was like, "I need a calculator," and I was like, "You don't even know what kind of calculator you need. You don't know what kind of math. Like you don't know yet."
I love that. That's so cute.
Yeah, she's really excited. Like picked out her first outfit. Like we're going to get hair done today, and she's gonna get her nails done and.
Oh shit!
So yeah,
he had his little outfit laid out last night. But the thing about him though, he's not as excited about clothes and shit like I know we were growing up. Like especially like where I grew up at, niggas didn't give a fuck about their grades as long as their motherfucking outfit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew niggas who like they only went to like the first few days of school because they had new clothes, and then you wouldn't even see them the rest of the school year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of the friends that I grew up with in my neighborhood, I would say most of them dropped out about ninth grade. Most of them, a lot of them, and then the people I went to school with. Most of them went on to college because I went to a private school. So I had like a weird like dichotomy of that's not the right word to use. I had a wide swath of friends, different. Yeah. So yeah, I was one of the few people in my neighborhood that still went to school in high school. And then everybody else, that's when they started selling dope and just staying at home and shit like that. And yeah, this crazy, man. It's crazy. I cannot believe I have a high schooler. I can't.
I mean, middle school to me is crazy too. Like the switching classes starts, the lockers start, like homework's gonna start. I'm like, oh my god, like
yeah.
So that's crazy.
Is she gonna? You think your daughter's gonna be like a girly girl and like all into like all the things that middle school girls are into, like the boys and writing notes and?
I don't know. I haven't kind of like. Quite figured her out yet where like her style or her like she likes certain stuff that's girly, but then she also kind of like is still kind of childish. So I feel like that happens when you hit like real life puberty. Like whatever it is that you're like, I think puberty kind of changes children, and so she's kind of still like a baby in that way.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I feel like she's just kind of like a kid.
Still a little kid.
Yeah, she plays her little sports. She likes her hair, nails, and little makeup here and there. But she also likes video games, and she also likes doing little kid stuff and playing with she has all her stuffed animals. So we'll see. We'll see.
Are you afraid of her changing too fast for your liking? Like becoming a little too grown too fast, where like you losing your little girl, the one who won't hug or do other. No.
I'm kind of ready.
Oh, really?
I'm kind of ready. Like I think because I know the evolution of myself and how me and my mom's relationship is now. Like I'm kind of looking forward to like us being friends that can talk about stuff, but like she still like respects me as like not like I'm not a mom. I'm your friend, but like. I'm kind of ready for me to be able to like take her on trips and like not have to like she's not no longer like she's more mature. I'm kind of waiting for like the maturity thing to kick in a little bit. Not saying that I want her to be grown and like be an adult, but like just a little more mature with like decision making skills and having conversations. I'm ready. Yeah.
Miles is getting to that point where it's just like I know what you mean. It's not a full on adult conversation, but it's just like. you're having this conversation with your kid and you're like, man, I can't believe like we're talking about this topic and he has his own ideas and like I didn't even know he knew what that word was, like that kind of stuff. We're like, oh man, that's an interesting insight to hear from my 13-year-old son. So yeah, that's it's fun. Like him and I, we started playing cards together more, and like I get to see the shit talking side of my son, which is pretty fucking dope. I like that. I love that he talks shit. I talk shit to him. I don't let him win, and I think like that's how we're starting to bond on the more mature level. Yeah. So I don't cuss at him, but I'll cuss a little bit while we playing the game. I don't know. It's just fun. I feel like I got my my little new road dog kind of. That's
kind of what I'm waiting for. Like finally being able to like be like go shopping and she can go on, try to pick out her own stuff, and then I'm over here and then we meet up. Like I kind of like that.
Oh yeah, I had to stop Miles this morning. He wanted to wear a scarf. I was like, bro, it's gonna be 90 degrees today. I was like, let's leave the scarf home today. I was like, it'll be cool before you know it, but let's not do that.
It's like Khalees wanted to buy a sweatshirt, and I was like, she's like, I've been looking for one of these, and I was like, first of all, you ain't looking for nothing because you're not shopping. But she was like, but I've been wanting one, and I was like, we don't need to buy that today. Maybe in like November we can like start looking for it. And she was just like, but I want it, and I was like, it's hot. We need to prioritize shorts and t-shirts, not sweatshirts and hoodies. Like,
yeah. I saw a kid walking up to school. He had the whole Scully on. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
I don't understand it. It's hot.
It's hot.
And I get it might be cold in class, but like just like take it with.
Yeah. Don't, like, why are you wearing? It's already 77 degrees outside, and you have a Scully on.
No.
A Scully. Mm-mm. Yeah. And we pulled up to that school, and like, it's not easy to get used to. Like in my mind, he's still like 7-8 years old,
right?
And then we're sitting there in the rider line waiting, and then you see all these who I assume seniors getting out the car. There's all these white girls, and they look like young adults. Mm-hmm. They got the dresses on, cleavage out, the little shorts, and I'm like, it's just so funny how it comes full circle. Because as a teenager, you're like, why y'all being so prude? This is how kids dress, and now I'm like, yo, why are parents letting their daughters go out dressed like this?
Man,
and I know I got to stop. But there's part of me, it's just like, I don't want my son exposed to this. They might entice him. And I'm like, Chris, you sound like an old man. Like, this is part of growing up.
It's hard because my daughter, like, picked out some shorts to wear. And I was like, no. Like, no. I know. And she's 11. So, like, there's a hard no. Like, you can't wear that. You don't even have any of that. But I wonder at what point am I going to have to be like, okay, like we're just gonna have a conversation about like what's appropriate, what's in style, because I also don't want her to be like teased in school, like, oh, your mom won't let you wear, but I also need you to be like age appropriate and aware, because I know that how I dress out, like especially even with her, like out, my mom's always like, oh, like cover your boobs or whatever, but it's like I'm an adult and I also know like what to look out for when like when people are looking at me or men are like, I know I'm very aware, but my daughter hasn't hit that awareness moment yet, so it's like until she's aware of like certain things, I don't know if I'm going to allow her to wear certain things.
I could respect that. Absolutely. I don't want to word this in a weird way. So you said your mother is concerned about some of the things that you wear sometimes with your daughter.
Just no, not with my daughter. Just my mom is gonna be my mom. Like,
right, regardless of.
Yeah,
okay.
Like I walked out the house yesterday and she was like, "Watch your titties," and I'm just like, "What are you talking about? Like, shut up!" I'm going,
watch your titties.
Just like he's like hanging out. I'm just like, I get it. And I think that because she's my mom, she also is aware of other people, and she just like she's fearful of me walking out of the house half naked because she doesn't want other people to not think anything of me, but I think she's more scared of like what could happen. She's of that era, like you got to cover up or you gonna get like, you know, like that.
Oh my! I was gonna ask you about that. There is a certain generation of like women where like they almost sound like almost like toxic conservative men where they like, if you wear that, it's gonna happen to you. And it's just like, yo, are you serious? But they come from an era where like their aunts and their grandmothers, they were like, yo, men will take it when you dress a certain way. And especially for black women, there wasn't anything you could fucking do about that shit. That's crazy.
Like, she doesn't say that, but I can feel her fear that like, oh my God, like if you go out looking like that, like what is a man? Like I'm so nervous.
Yep.
And I don't even know if it's like even just simply like me like even if I were to dress up, like put makeup on, put a little wig on, like I could be covered up but like look really nice. She's like still nervous, and I think it's kind of almost a compliment at this point. I have to realize that my mom thinks I'm beautiful and that I'm so pretty that people cannot resist. Like, you know, and I'm just like, oh, that's kind of cute. Actually, when I like dig a little deeper, but I have to sometimes tell her like, Mom, it's okay. Like,
can she tell you that? Can your mom tell you that she thinks you're pretty, or is it hard for her to say?
I think it's hard for her to give like just a straight up compliment. Like, I might say like, how do you feel about this? And she'll be like, it's nice, I don't like the color. Like, just like stuff like that. I'm just like, why does it always have to be piggybacked with something? Like, it's almost like it's not balanced if she doesn't give like a compliment and then like a little something on the other side. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. So, but you gotta wear it if you like, but my mom has gotten a lot better over the years because I'm very vocal about how her words make me feel. And to stop doing that, especially with Chris in the house, because I don't want my mom to do to her what she did to me. But we're working together, I think, on my mom recognizing that she should just shut up sometimes.
Damn. That's a tough one for parents to really. Yeah. Have you always been that way with your mom? Where you're like, yo, the words you say to me don't make me feel good.
Not in those words. I think I've been very expressive before, whether it's like lashing out or crying or throwing stuff in my wall. Like I was the like, I threw shit at my walls when I was a kid. Yeah, we yelled a lot with each other. I think after, growing up and going through therapy, I recognized that that's me trying to figure out how to tell her that you've hurt my feelings and you need to not do that. I don't appreciate that. That's just taking a lot of time. Whatever. Man. Yeah, my sisters and we've been trying to work on a relationship with my mom because she can, and I know they mean well, but it's just like, it's a lot of like, bashing when it's just like they think they're helping, but it's just like it's a lot of criticism and not a lot of encouragement. And the more we dig into it and talk about it, and I've learned, like, my grandmother, she was a saint to me, you know what I mean? She was a saint, but my grandmother would say some fucked up shit. And I didn't know this because, like, I don't know if it's a black family thing, but like my mom tried to hide how she truly felt about my grandmother. I know she loved her and everything, but my grandmother would say some pretty fucked up and toxic shit to them. But I never experienced that from my grandmother. My grandmother always showed me a different side, but she was different when it came to my aunts and the ladies in the family. And so I learned that, like, my mom didn't get a lot of compliments from her mom growing up, and you continue that trend and you don't even realize it. Yeah. I'm trying to not overcompensate for my mom's lack of whatever, because I think that's also hurtful. Yes. But I think it's kind of helpful that we all live together. So I think that, like, I can see stuff that I do to my daughter, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't do that because my mom, like, and it's just like, I feel like the 3 generations of us in the house is going to be so helpful for our own mental development. Like, I just feel like it's really helpful to see all of us and interact together. My mom's mom kind of same. She used to whoop their ass, and my mom told me actually yesterday that she used to, like, we're watching a crime story, and she was like, I never wanted to, like, I would never have killed my parents, but I definitely, like, wished my mother was dead sometimes. Oh, wow. And I think because she was so mean that my mom was just like, I just wish she would just die. Like, then that would stop. And I'm like, that's a lot. Like, that's crazy. Grandmother
Raised in the South?
Yeah.
And black, mixed,
Black.
light skin, dark.
She was fair, probably like my color.
Was she passing back
No.
then? Not even at a glance. Like, is she white?
I don't think. No, not my grandmother.
Do you think she maybe got preferential treatment from people because of her skin tone or look? Or
I'm be honest, I don't think so.
No?
The oh my God, my mom's probably. Hopefully she'll never hear this. But my grandmother was my mom's stepmother.
Oh, okay.
And I think that has a lot to do with it. I think that my grandmother, because she didn't have children, like physically have children, I don't think her nurturing whatever ever really clicked in. But she was, for me, like she did everything. Like she bought all the clothes. I loved her, and my mom loved her too. But I think there was some sort of disconnect between like how you nurture and raise children, but also like they're talking about 1959. My mom was born in 59, and so my grandmother was born in South Carolina, and I just feel like that's what you did. You whipped your kids, and they listened, and whatever. And it's abuse now, but at the time it was like how you disciplined your children, and. My mom grew up with two parents that worked in the school system, and so I do think that my grandmother, she was a school teacher, and I think, I might be wrong, I think that she was in the era where you could also beat the kids at school.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just like, she did what she thought was parenting.
Yeah, and I really feel like, I can't say for only black people, but I feel like as for black people, when you discipline your kids like that, I think the optics from everybody else was like, that's a good thing. Like, yo, this person they don't fuck around. They're a good parent. They run their house with an iron fist.
Yeah.
I think people really applauded that. They really saw that as a good thing. Just spanking and having these like super disciplined kids who don't say anything. They never get out of line. They're always,
Well, I do believe that comes from black people should be seen and not heard and just be in the background. So like you want your kids to do that because that's a good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's safe.
It's safe. And that's another, yes, because if you don't speak or stand out or do anything, then you kind of fly under the radar and you're not going to,
end up hanging in the fucking tree. Yeah. It is crazy the amount of trauma that black people have passed down from generation to generation, and we don't even really know why or think about it. It's just we just keep perpetuating these things. And like I know, like whenever I talk about this kind of stuff, like the older generation will get a little upset, and it's like I really have to tell like my mom and them, like, yo, I'm not saying you did anything wrong. You felt like you were doing what was best. But just looking back and looking at how things are now, it's just like, yo, we probably could have been a little less heavy-handed with the belt and all this other kind of stuff and had more conversations about things, I've noticed on social media when it comes to like especially like mental health and dealing with family stuff, it's like you see a lot of people talking about how there are parents out there who are like, why don't my kids want to talk to me? How come my kids talk to me a certain kind of way? And it really hit me. It's like, yo, your kids talk to you how you talk to them. And I used to feel so, and I should to a degree, I would feel so bad and like, why am I doing this kind of stuff? But when you look at it, that's why you communicate with those people the way you do. They talk to you that way. It doesn't make it okay, but this is why shit is happening the way that it's happening.
I agree. I actually just said this to my mom like a week ago. We were running some errands, and I was just like, hurry up, take it. Like, she was like, why are you always rushing me? I was like, you did the same thing to me when I was a kid. And she was just like, no, I didn't. I was like, yes, you did. You were always in a rush because you had to work, you had to cook, you had to do this. I was all like, yes. And I was like, not saying that it's right, but like, I was like, some of the things that I say to you, I was like, I'm kind of parenting you now the way that you parented me. So like.
Yeah. And like going to therapy, like, I feel like I don't want to blame my mother for things, but I feel like a lot of reason why I was there is because I learned to communicate with her, originally, and that's just how I learned how to communicate with people. And it wasn't a good thing for a long time. Just the relationships I would have, how I would talk to people, and even to this day, man, like she still can't see the connection between how she talks to us and how we talk to her. And like for her, it's just like, yo, you being disrespectful. You can't do this. You got to be more patient. But the moment the shoe is on the other foot, she reverts right back to like it's 1990. And it's like, Ma, you just told us not to talk to you like this. And here you are literally 3 minutes later doing this thing. Well, that's how I grew up.
I really hate when older people always say like they're old and stuck in their ways. You still have so much life to live. Why wouldn't you just try to change some things about yourself while you still have the time?
She does. She does. And I do too. And I would say that's probably the thing about therapy that bothered me, is because I would go there, I would get all these skills, I would learn all these things. And then the moment I needed it the most, because like everybody else, I could be nice to, I could be patient, I could use all these tools. But the moment I ran into like I don't even want to call it my nemesis, but like, hey, this is why you're going to therapy, I will forget everything. Yeah. I would say something rude.
It's the final boss.
Yeah, I would get to the final boss and I would fail every time. And I would go, Chris, you got to keep it together. This is why we go every week. It can be so hard. It can be so hard dealing with the source.
Yeah.
It could be so hard. It almost seems impossible. So that's why I have to give my mom grace, because when I'm learning and I get to her, it's hard.
Yeah.
To change.
Yeah. I agree.
It's hard.
Some bosses, you just kind of gotta like be like, you know what, I ain't playing this game no more. Like, I'm done. Not unless you can't, like.
Yeah.
With my mom, like I can't do that. Like we gonna have like like she's gonna be with me till she dies, I die, whatever. Like I'm not ever gonna like leave her hanging. Mm-hmm. Be me and her forever. But like other family members, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I don't even want, like, you're never going to meet me you're never going to meet me a quarter of the way, half the way, and 10% of the way. And so I just feel like it's up to me to go, I'm not even going to do that to myself anymore. So I'll leave you where you're at, and it'll be fine. Yeah.
And y'all, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't matter who it is. Mm-mm. It doesn't matter. It can be your mom, your dad, your brother. Sis, it does not fucking matter. If it is toxic to you and it is not helping your mental health or you gotta learn how to set those boundaries and step away.
It's interesting because when you try to set those boundaries, especially with family members, and then other family members push those buttons, like the ones that you like, it's like you also have to check them too. Because I've had to do that before, where like a family member is trying to like somehow get. Basically, I have a bunch of siblings, and some of them I'm just like, you know what? You're not family. I don't like you. Like it's never going to work because it's too difficult for this relationship. It's not even a relationship. It's literally like we share DNA. In those relationships, I have obviously we share grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, whatever. And so sometimes I think that when we are forced in situations where we have to be in the same rooms together, like big events like funerals or like just big things that happen where everybody comes together, my family members that are in the middle feel so uncomfortable that they have to somehow try to like get us to talk or something, and I'm just like, it is okay. I don't have to talk to these people or be like, stop doing that. That I think irritates me more because I have established a boundary and I'm fine with that, but then here you come trying to force me to ignore my own boundaries. And I think that's so disrespectful. Yeah. So when your family members or your friends or whatever you know for a fact that this is a situation, you need to respect whatever your feelings are about it, whether you want this to be a happy kumbaya moment or not.
Right.
Like, it's not your place.
It's not your place, and it's especially depending on the event or function. It's just like, yo, this ain't the fucking time to try to get people to talk right now. This is a wedding. This is a funeral. People are trying to grieve, or we want to have a good time. Now ain't the time. Now we can walk in, say what's up, maybe a little quick hug, and I get it. For some people, like, it really like hurts them when their family isn't like all together and people aren't talking, whether it's siblings or it really bothers them. There are some people who really want their family for everybody to all get along. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, we love y'all for that, but you gotta, like you said, you gotta know your place. You gotta know when to just say, hey, I need to stay out of this. This has nothing to do with me, and let them work it out. Because there's nothing worse than somebody trying to force people to like get along the way that they want them to.
Them to get along.
Yes. Yeah, the fact that we in the room together, nigga, that's enough.
Sometimes that's all it is.
That's it.
That's it.
We can say
that's all
hi.
you're getting.
That's all you getting.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah. But some people like to force it, man.
And I can't be around stuff like that because I know my limits, and I know me as a person, and I'm just like, this is going to be bad, so I'm just going to remove myself from the situation. I'm going about my business.
Now, did you have anyone in your family that kind of like forced those people to come together? Like, I know, like with my grandmother, not that we don't get along, but my grandmother was a big reason why we would always get together. She was kind of like the glue. While there are people in your family where they're like, oh man, grandma's gonna be there, so we all gotta be there because she's gonna be there, or my dad's gonna be there, so everybody has to fucking. None of that.
I feel like my family situation is very complicated.
Okay.
And I think that like the last time that we were all together was when my grandfather passed away.
I know.
It's when my grandfather passed away. And I'm not gonna say like that, like we were forced, but like I just feel like that's when it happens, when like there's some sort of like tragedy, and like that's just not the time to. But it's really hard because your emotions are already like high, and you're already like, and then you got to see this fucking person that you're just like, what the fuck? Why are you even here?
Yeah. Are you even here?
I wouldn't say nobody no, because I'm telling you, there are 1, 2. There's two of my siblings.
That is.
I wouldn't even give a like. I wouldn't care.
Really?
Like no, I no.
That's crazy. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's
there's 10 of us.
That's a lot of kids. So yeah,
2 out of 10. Good.
It's not bad.
No,
that's a good.
I will speak to 80% of them.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, even if you took 10 random people, everybody's not gonna get along. You know what I mean? So like, come on, siblings, come on, man. Yeah. No. Yeah, there is that thing of like, yo, we have the same DNA. We have to get along. It's just like we don't have to kill each other.
Right.
But we don't have to like each other. None of that shit. We just got a little bit of the same DNA. We might look alike a little bit, but that don't mean I fucking like your ass.
Now, out of like respect for like my grandmother.
That's what I mean. Out of respect, is there a person in your family out of respect everybody would come around when they were living?
It's probably but even then, I only think it had. I think like. I have my personal opinions, but I think like my grandmother couldn't get them to do certain stuff. Like I think I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I've always been around, and for my grandmother, I will show up, and I will show up, but I don't think that everybody would.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think my grandmother has nieces that would show up for her before some grandchildren would.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
And one in particular, one of my siblings in particular, she will never fucking come around. She'll never come around. She hates us.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. My dad comes from a family of 18, and like one of my uncles, he doesn't talk to anybody. I met him once, but he does not come around. He doesn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as a kid, I didn't understand that. Even into my early 20s, I didn't understand it. And then the older I got, now I'm starting to understand, like, oh shit, this is why George was like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. And it's not that he doesn't, I don't think my uncle doesn't love his family, but it's just like, yo, it's a lot of trauma and shit when you see these people that you grew up with, and there's nothing but you love them, but it's just like, it's bad memories, and it's like, I can't be around that.
Right.
And I feel like they respect it. That's one thing about my dad's side of the family. Like, they definitely respect each other's space, and I think it's because they lived together so close together for so long, where now it's just like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
See, over here, a lot of them don't have kids because they raise each other, so it's just like they can be hermits.
I feel that.
They can be hermits.
I feel that there's a different dynamic for, I think, people who have been raised together and they experience trauma together, or they've traumatized each other together. And then you have my situation where, like, we don't know each other. We don't live together.
So the opposite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's like, I mean, I just met my brother like 4 years ago, one of my brothers 4 years ago. And so I think, like, that's a different type of trauma, too. And it's like, another one? Oh, my God. Or, like, this person grew up completely different from me with different parent, different situation, and been told different things. And so now that's what they think is true. And so, like, now you're, like,
wow.
It's so, I think it's so weird to have all these people that look like you, they share DNA, different experiences, and, like, what are you supposed to do with that? Yeah,
because that happens in a household. You know what I mean? Like, say for me, I'm the oldest, so I experienced my parents at a different time in their life, and we all lived in the same house, but I was like 6 years older than my sister, so like, I can't imagine, like, you have 9 other siblings. They might. I'm not trying to get in your business, but they can live in different places.
They do.
Different eras in one of your parents' lives. Either they have money, they don't have money. They grew up in the suburbs. These motherfuckers grew up in the hood over here. They kind of grew up with, it's a lot. Y'all don't have any common, like, experiences other than this person is the one who fathered me, or whatever the situation may be. And I can see that being tough. And then if you're, like, older, they might have heard stories of, like, yo, she did this or he did that, and it's just like, that's crazy. That's kind of, when you think about it, it's a wild thing to do to people.
One of my the sister that I have the most, there's 2 sisters that I have like, they're totally, the issues that I have with them, or the trauma or whatever, the feelings that I have towards them are totally different. But the one that will never ever come around, she tried to tell my ex about me, and I'm not gonna get into, like, what she said or whatever, but whatever, she lied, but she also, like, tried to basically tell him that, like, I was a terrible person. And I think the thing that really pissed me off about it wasn't what she said. It's the fact that you tried to tell someone about me and you don't even know me at all. And we're family. So you tried to use this, like, that's my sister, or that's Ralph's other kid, and she's X, Y, and Z, you know, talk about porn and how I'm using him, or whatever they said, you know, whatever. And I had already told him all the things about me anyway, so they weren't really telling him anything new. But the fact that we don't talk, and you don't even check, like, we don't communicate, and the first thing that you said to this person that you know is that I'm a terrible person, and it's like, you don't even know me.
But you're using your status as sister
to try to, like,
act like you know some shit.
It's like what traumatized you so bad about hearing that your friend is dating me and bringing all that shit up, like, from your past, my dad, whatever, like, you know, that had to come from, like, a deep place for you to just tell this person that is happy to be with me that I'm a terrible person, and, like, that ruined their relationship. My ex knew her and their family for like 20 years. Ruined their whole relationship because they were so concerned about him dating me that they ruined this relationship with this person that they've known for they haven't even really known me for 20 years.
That's crazy.
And so like it's like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Family could be very complicated.
Yeah.
Very complicated, man. It's and people really are starting to like get to that point where like I don't care if you're family or not. Like if you are doing shit to me that I don't like, I'm out. I can't do it.
I can't do it.
It's not fair. It's just
I do that with clients.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. It's really not fair. Yeah, it's just I won't be gaslit. I won't be guilted into doing these things anymore. You know, I just can't. You know, I used to be a person who like I would call my mom almost every day. You know, but I realized I was like, you know what? We're at a place where like that's not healthy for us to really talk that much anymore because at some point in time it's gonna go left for no it's fucking reason. It's too much. Mm-hmm. It's too much. and I love my mom to death, but it's just like we can really bump heads. And I think what bothers her a lot is like she realizes how much we're alike.
Yeah.
And the shit that she don't like about me, it's just like, fuck, that nigga got that from me. Mm-hmm. I think that's what really stings. And as a parent, I'm already like mentally preparing myself for all this shit to come back. You already.
Oh yeah.
Man.
I look at her sometimes. I'm like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
I actually think that's one of the main reasons why me and my dad clash a lot, because I think me and him are really alike in a lot of ways. So I think that I think we're more alike than we know, and yeah. That's
so funny how that happens. It's like the people you don't like the most. A lot of times, like, fuck.
I mean, even with not gonna lie, I think that's probably why me and the sister. I think that's kind of why me and her don't like really, because like we're both really opinionated and outspoken. And just like, I think that was one of the main reasons why we never clicked, because we were kind of alike in like the wrong ways. But I think friends too, or like people that you work with or whatever, like so a lot of times when you don't like something about somebody, it's because you're seeing something in yourself that you don't like. And you kind of got to like consider that when you don't like somebody. And it's like, what about this person? What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? And it's just like, fuck, I do that.
Yeah.
I do that, but it looks a little different. But I do that.
Yep.
That's really, really tough for people to deal with.
It's hard.
It's
when I'm like, why is this person rubbing me the wrong way? And it's like, okay, they got a little bit of that, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that is tough to deal with. That's tough to deal with, man. Ugh. That's a tough one. Mm-hmm. It's like looking in that mirror and going, oh, I do that. Yeah. My wife is good at calling me out for that shit, and it stings. And I go, why do you have to do that? And she was like, yo, honestly, nigga, that's the only time you really listen is if I can throw the shit back in your face a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fair.
My mom had that moment not too long ago.
Fair.
My mom recognized something that somebody was doing to her that she does to me. And I was away for a couple days. And the minute I walked back in the house, she was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, for what? She was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm going to try really hard not to do that anymore. And I was like, cool, thanks. Like, I told you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And now she does when I'm like, you doing it? And she's like, okay. She's like, oh, I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's what, to kind of switch topics a little bit, but it's kind of in the same vein. My wife and I, we love to watch reality shows together. Mm-hmm. Like the housewife shows, they so trashy, but it's just fun, mindless stuff for her and I to sit and laugh about. But what I really like about it is the men on the show, when they're actually married, the stuff that they're going through. I've seen like some ugly behavior from like some of the husbands, and there's been some times where I'm like, oh my God, I've done that exact same thing, and now I see how disgusting this looks. Mm-hmm. And there have been many a times we're watching the show, I'll pause it and I'll look over and I'll go, my bad. I see this is exactly why you were upset. And she'll go, okay. She'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But man, yeah, sometimes seeing the behavior in other people will really wake you up.
Sometimes I wish that I could record my own reality show so that I could look at myself and go, oh yeah, you was a bitch. I would love to see myself from another perspective.
You should do a reality show.
You know how expensive that would be?
We'll talk about it. We can figure it out. We get somebody to follow you around.
Because I would love for it to be like a self-reflective. It would probably hurt. I'd probably cry. And I'd be like, girl, stop talking to your kid like that. Why are you rushing? Why are you like? I would really like to see myself, so that way I could not fix, but that way I could work on something. Because it's so hard for you to work on something if you can't see it. Mm-hmm. You don't see yourself interact with people like other people do. And so when somebody's telling you like, oh, you shouldn't do that, it's like, who the fuck are you to tell me that? But like, if I see it, I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, because in your mind, you know what it is too, is like, because this is the big thing we deal with my mom, and it's anybody with my mom. It's in your mind, you know what your intentions are.
That's the thing.
You know your intentions. So even if it comes across as weird or whatever the word you want to use, in your mind you go, but this is coming from a place where like, I'm trying to help. This is positive. This is all good stuff.
Oh my God.
This is all good stuff I'm trying to do here. But you know that famous saying, even the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yes. And I think most people have, I had to really work on this one, but I think most people have good intentions. And I think that when their intentions aren't really good, I think that whatever their actions are coming from a place of fear or trauma. So like they really can't help it. So unless you do something super egregious like murder or like whatever, like I feel like when people are like doing certain stuff or saying certain stuff, it's just like you got to look at it like, what was their intention, and or this person's really hurt and they can't help it. They can't really help it. And so you kind of have to like give them a little grace. I mean, I'm not saying that you should tolerate disrespect, but like last night, I don't know if you saw my post, but last night I got an Instagram DM from this used to be client of mine. I told her that I could no longer do her hair because she's alcoholic, and she would text me when she was drunk. And then she missed like 2 appointments, and finally like the last appointment she missed, I was like, I cannot do your hair anymore. Wish you well. I hope you get your, because we had these conversations about like alcohol and blah blah blah, because I've also been to like, so like we were like when during her things, like her sessions, we would talk about it, and I would always tell her like, if you're struggling, you can text me. But the text messages started becoming like mean to me. Like she would say certain things like, I don't really like your tattoos, and it's like, okay, well, why would you say that? So then finally I was like, I can no longer be your stylist, like, but I wish you well, and if you ever, and I told her, I was like, if you ever completely get sober, I would gladly have you back, but like at this point, like, can't do it. It's triggering for me, whatever. Last night I got a DM in my Instagram from this lady, and the DM said, I'm gonna read it to you. It's fucking crazy. I was like, why? She said, hey, I'm just trying to be helpful. You don't look attractive, or whatever you're trying to convey in your post. I'm not angry because you cut me off. I'm trying to be helpful. It's not cute. All the tattoos and the lips look like an allergic reaction. It looks like they would have been fine without. Anyway, just my input, which is not needed or asked for. I really wish you the best.
That is insane.
Right. And
that is unhinged behavior. I sent her
a message, was like, excuse me, because like my first reaction was like, what the fuck, bitch? But then I was like, excuse me, like, I don't why are you doing this? This is uncalled for, and I need you to get some professional help. And then she messaged me back, but I blocked her. This bitch texted me on my phone, because I never blocked her from my phone, because I really only block people unless like I really need to. She texts me and says, this is why it is very important. I don't know where I'm going with this, but this is why it's very important for people to be comfortable with who they are and what they tell people about their experience, because I deal with a lot of people all day, every day, and we talk about things. I might talk about my ex, abuse, alcohol, family stuff. This lady had the nerve to text me, anyway, you have deleted me and whatever, but you really need the help with your attitude and self-worth. I know you are trying to make up for having a missing father, but don't chop into me.
Wow, this is all projection.
This woman is so hurt for some reason, and I just she saw that I posted or in me or whatever last night triggered her to lash out at me. And instead of me being like, fuck you, bitch, like, because me a couple years ago would have figured out where this bitch lives, works, or whatever, and I would have probably tried to retaliate. So not physically, but I would have done something. I would have done something. But me today is like, this woman is so in so much pain. I feel sorry for her, and I texted her back and I said, please don't ever contact me again, and if you do, I will call the authorities. Have a good night. What are you supposed to do with that? This person is already in so much pain. What's me talking to her in a shitty way or going to retaliate? Like, I just feel so sorry for people who can't realize that they need help. They need help.
That's exactly what that is. That is a cry for help and attention.
Yeah.
Because they know, like, especially if she knows you, she goes, I'm a cut deep, because it's like, I know I'll get a reaction out of her. I know I'll get a reaction, and I feel like, and I don't know this woman, but I feel like if they have issues with alcohol, they probably burn so many bridges with everybody else.
Absolutely.
And it's just like, oh, Leah said I can contact her, but you know what? Pfft, let me take a sip, and then and it's like you said, what is the point?
What's the point? What was the point other than to just? And I wasn't doing. I haven't seen this woman in months.
That's crazy.
And she just messaged me on Instagram and was like, "You're ugly," and it's like, what are you talking about?
That is straight up alcohol, man. That is crazy.
But see, when I was drinking and drunk, I was like, I love everyone, and I just wanted to be loved, and I wanted to be in love, and I just wanted to, like, but for whatever reason, your addictions bring out whatever it is that you're missing in your life, and sometimes it comes out in mean spirit, and sometimes it comes out in like other self-destructive ways, like sleeping with people that you shouldn't be sleeping with, I don't know, but it's
that's sad. Well, hopefully she gets help. And I'll say this, I bet you in a year or two, from some account, you're going to get a message from her going, hey, or you might bump into her, hey, I'm so sorry, I got help, I was lashing out. I don't know. You don't think so?
I think from what I know about her, I don't know.
Everybody can change.
I know this.
I'm hopeful. But that's sad, and I'm glad I quit drinking before it became a real problem. Thank God. I was such a pussy. I just never really got into like drinking and driving and shit like that. I was so afraid of it. Not that it's something I wanted to do, but like my alcohol was kind of just it was kind of contained to the house. If that makes sense. I was just too afraid to be out and about drinking and shit like that. I would binge drink at home. And luckily I was never really an angry drunk. Just never an angry drunk.
I was emotional, and I probably annoyed every fucking body. I was probably so fucking annoying, but yeah.
Yeah, I used to like to just dance and sing when I got drunk. and throw up and talk.
I talked.
Man.
I did a whole lot of things when I was drinking. But I'm so glad that I don't anymore.
Yeah. Well, shout out to her. Hopefully you can get it together, ma'am.
Crazy.
But speaking of comments online, so we I guess we could say the clip you and I had went kind of viral to a degree, and it's a clip where I said I don't think that men have deeper relationships than women, and let me tell y'all been eating my ass up in the comments. It's been so funny. I love all the psychoanalysis about me. I really do. I grew up with a bitter single mom. I'm gay. I'm gay as shit. I have no friends.
You're trying to impress me or something like that. I can't lie. That one ate me up, and to this, I can't not think about it. Once an hour, I'll stop and go, he's performing for her. Nigga, what the fuck does that mean? He's performing for her. I don't know.
I don't understand that. I'm like, does this guy think if I say this, all of a sudden, she's going to have sex with me because I think, what the fuck are you talking about? And I noticed something too. I would say 90% of the men that are like, oh, this nigga's gay, he this. One, private account. And then two, you got some weird ass avatar picture. It's a cartoon character. It's a fictitious person. It's just like what is this? You have all these friends. You got all this shit going on. You won't even use your real face online. And then for the dudes who didn't have a private account, no pictures with any friends, not doing anything. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't. But to me, if you're such a great friend and you do so much with your boys and you're so much better friends, where are your pictures with all your boys that you're hanging out with, that you care about so fucking much? Where are they? If they really mean that much to you, you would see them in pictures.
I think I learned a really big lesson from that 3-second clip or whatever. It was like 20 seconds. You take two people that have a different opinion, very basic, right? I said I think men have deeper relationships and more genuine. You said no, they don't. And watch how women don't agree with me and men don't agree with you. And I think that is so crazy because we had a longer conversation about that, and we kind of were like, let's dig deeper into that. Like, oh yeah, I get that. Like nobody saw like the 2 or 3 extra minutes that we were just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
But if we sat here and be like, I think gay men suck dick better than women, and you'd be like, I don't know. They'd be like, oh, you like, just like whatever the case may be. It's like that is so powerful on the internet. It's crazy.
It is. It really shows you the power of editing and context. Yeah. Because it's like, honestly, for the longest time, I stayed away from that because I would give too much information in my clips because it's like I never liked the idea of like really like gaslighting. I didn't, but
the audience.
But then I realized like, oh, this is how it works.
That's clickbait.
Yeah, this is how it works. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not really trying to deceive anyone. I want a conversation to happen.
And that's exactly what ends up happening.
Yeah.
Is a conversation. Now, whether the conversation goes left, right, or upside down, like, it's kind of up to like the algorithm. But I was actually surprised that more women weren't like, she's wrong. Like, I was surprised that mostly men were just like, you were wrong, because I was waiting for the women to be like, oh, men are awful creatures. And it's like, okay, but that didn't happen.
But you know why? Because all these sensitive ass niggas, they I'm telling you, they had to have sent it to their friends, because there was so many men in there yelling at me about being better friends. I was like, this is crazy to me.
They had to defend their friendship. Yeah. Which I was like, that's kind of odd that you have to defend the fact that you like. Also, it's an opinion. It's not even fact.
I know he was like wrong. I'm like, yo, my opinion can't be wrong. He don't know what he's talking about. How can you tell me based on my life what I'm wrong about? And also, too, it's just like you were saying, we cut out several minutes of that conversation, and we also have to come to an agreement on what we agree on, what we agree that genuine means.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like, I feel like you said, I feel like our relationships are a lot easier. Yeah. I can totally agree with that. Yeah. A lot less complex than women's relationships. But I cannot say it's much deeper. But man, it was pretty wild.
Going back to like the reality television thing too, like women's friendships are on display all the time. You don't really see a whole lot of men's relationships on TV.
That's true.
So I feel like the perception is that women are catty, backstabbing, conniving, because that is what sells on reality TV.
Exactly. It's a reality show.
Right. So like I think that like that might be kind of how I feel, because that is just like the perception of what we have put on the internet, put on to display for women.
Right.
But I mean, that's just an observation.
No, that's very true too. Because I was like, man, that crossed my mind too. I do watch all these shows. These women do fight. It can be catty, but you do have to tell yourself, yo, this is a genre of entertainment. This wouldn't be where it was if everybody just got along all the time. If there wasn't cattiness, if people weren't mad at each other, turn their backs.
Women talk too much too. Men don't usually talk.
We do.
Like if you're, let's just say you're dating a girl and your best friend took whatever. I don't feel like men go on the internet or go to other friends and be like, so and so like fucking slept with my girl. Like, it's not the same. Like, as soon as something happens to us, we're like, fuck this bitch, blah blah blah. Like, and that's just how I feel. I feel like men keep a lot of things inside, and they just go, you know what, I'm just gonna get over. I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah,
but maybe not. Maybe I'm not a man, so I don't know.
No, that's I could definitely see that. So if you're a guy and your girl cheated on you, especially with your homie, they're definitely not gonna go on social media and be like,
that's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It's going to be emasculating to you. And people are going to make a lot of assumptions and weird ones like, oh, he got a bigger dick, he fucked her better. I'm like, all that kind of weird shit that really has nothing to do with it. But when you're dealing with guys, that's the type of shit that we're going to, because we're so surface level.
Right.
Did he physically please her more than I did? Is he bigger than me? Is he has more money? Like all that surface level shit. That's why we're not going to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah. It's an
ego thing.
It's an ego thing. It's an ego thing with us, man. It was just so funny how everybody was so off base. Single mom. He's bitter. She bitter. It's just like, bro, my parents been married for 50 years. That's crazy,
and I'm the one raised by a single mom.
And I was not trying to like shit on you at all. I want to be like, you have no idea what her other opinions are on men. I want to be like, if y'all could hear what she had to say, y'all would turn y'all backs on her so quickly. But it just shows you how they were like, yeah, she know what she talking about. I'm like, half y'all niggas don't even like women, but you ready to ride for her just because she said the one thing you agreed with. But other than this, she will rip you a new asshole. I think
I'm pretty fair.
I think you are. But I think that you don't sugarcoat shit.
Right.
And men don't like that.
No, they don't.
They don't like that. They don't like that at all. They don't want to hear that shit, especially from a woman.
No.
So,
don't.
But that's why we love having you on the show, because you're gonna talk your shit. You don't give a fuck.
I don't.
And I really appreciate that shit.
I don't.
That you don't fuck around with your opinion. You keep it real, and let's be honest, most men can't handle that shit from women.
No. And women, and I just feel like most people don't handle somebody being okay with saying however it is they feel, because like, opinions can change. I can get more information later and be like, okay, whatever. But I think people take what you say and it's like, that is how they feel forever and ever, and this is like, I don't know. I think that people need to chill out on what other people's opinions are. It's just an opinion. And it's just how I perceive things today. Tomorrow could be completely different.
That's very true too. They change.
Conversations are what they are. They're supposed to open up the floor for dialogue and conversation and perspective and self-reflection. And if I say how I feel and you say how you feel, then I might be like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Now my perspective has changed because I know somebody or we've had this conversation. People don't talk.
Real, they don't. I feel like nowadays most of conversations are really debates. People are debating. They're trying to like convince you that you're wrong or that they're right, and no one's really trying to hear what the other person is saying. No. Everybody just wants to have a counterpoint or a gotcha moment or something that can go viral. They want to be able to clip it, and no one's changing their minds. Like you see all these debaters like Destiny and just all these either left, right wing influencers. They have these debates 1 versus 20. I'm like, yo, these are so fucking pointless. Yeah. These are pointless. These are people who just want to scream their opinion at somebody else and tell the other person that they're wrong, that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and no one's really having a conversation or a dialogue to see where the other person is coming from. It's all is this clickbait? Can I get followers? Can I make a point? Can I get a good clip out of this shit?
Right.
It's sad. It truly is sad.
It is. And there's something that a lot of people will do, defensive people will do under my comments, and they'll be like, well, most people, well, everybody. And it's like, no, the people that you know. You don't know everybody. Right. And everybody doesn't think that way. You do. And even if the majority, like even if a lot of people think that way, there's also a lot of people that think the opposite way. And so when I post stuff and people will be like for example, most people can't afford to get their hair done. And I was like, that's a fucking lie. That's a lie. I wouldn't be in business if most people couldn't get their hair done. They're just like, well, I'm happy that you can. It's so defensive. It's like, stop taking your small little piece of the world and community And just because you commiserate with the same type of people doesn't mean that everybody thinks that way or does this or can't do this or can do this. And it's just, I find it very interesting that people are so small-minded.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, they do that shit with my wife because my wife loves clothes and stuff like that. Most people don't have time. I got 3 kids. I don't have time to be trying to put on outfits and look cute, and I don't have time. And my wife was like, "This doesn't take me any time." It's just like I like to wear clothes. That doesn't mean I'm shallow. I'm not a vapid person. I'm not this. I'm not that. It's
it must be nice crowd. Like,
yeah, it must be nice.
Okay, yeah. We can all compare to somebody. Like I wish I had a yacht. Like it must be nice to be Beyonce. Like I'm sure the fuck it is, but I'm also sure it's hard as fuck. Like why are we comparing? Like where are you right now? Where do you want to be in 6 months? Figure it out.
Figure that shit out.
Figure it out.
There was these, real quick before we get out of here, there was these women that used to work with my wife when we lived in Ohio, and my wife would bring her gym bag to work and change and then go to work. And they were a couple, she said, bigger chicks. They were cool, but they would go, "Oh, must be nice to just eat what you want. If I had your body, I wouldn't even be going to the gym. You can eat what you want." That. And she was like, "Bitch, I'm going to the gym so I can eat these fucking donuts." It's just like I don't just have this sitting around. That's I have to.
The amount of people who will say like, "You don't need to be on a diet, you're already small." It's like, why? First of all, I don't eat healthy because I want to be small. I eat healthy because it's good for me. But also, like, do you not think that at 41, like, I can still eat McDonald's every day and be totally fine with that? Like, no, like, I have to maintain. It's called maintenance. It's called consistency. Oh, why do you go to the gym so much? Like, you're already tiny. And it's just like, well, yeah, I like my body, and I want to maintain what I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It must be nice to just, like, have abs. And it's like, kind of. I also paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you know?
Must be nice. Just like, bro, people are working at this shit. And I get it. There are some people in their 20s, young dudes, they ripped and shit. I get it. But at some point in time, that shit will go away.
It's going to go away. It's going to go away. And then you have to figure out how, because, like, that's hard. I think when you're blessed or whatever, and, like, you don't have to work hard for anything, like, body, money, like, whatever, you come from stuff, and then you're forced to then figure out how to do it on your own, or it doesn't come as easy. That shit's hard.
That's hard.
It's hard.
That's
really hard.
Yeah. So yeah, it must be nice crowd is, you're right. It's very annoying because they think people just wake up the way that they do, and it's like, yo, it takes time, it takes commitment, it takes consistency.
I was at the gym at 6 a.m.
Yeah. It's so stop with the fucking you wish. And the thing is, you just got to get up there and figure that shit out for yourself.
Figure out how it works in your schedule with your life, like.
Yeah. It's like that with comedy. Oh, I wish I just had bookings. It's like, bro, this dude's been working for the last 10 or 12 years. They put so many miles on their car. They put themselves in positions to win. They put themselves in positions to be in front of people who can change their career in life. They didn't sit in Charlottesville or these little small towns doing bar shows hoping that some fucking comedy booker is going to walk into this bar and go, "You're the best. I'm going to sign you to William Morris Endeavors." And we could, no. You got to fucking move around and do shit and make things happen for yourself.
People feel like they can do things once or twice and it should just be like, well, automatic. And it's like, no. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at my bank account and been like, "Bitch, what are you doing?" And like been like, am I gonna put more money into like this business or something else and like try, and then like social media, for example, right? You know how long I've been on fucking social media and I'm just now making like enough money to like pay my mortgage on social media? Like years. Years. You know how annoying it to post and been like, well, nope.
Yep.
Nope. It's a year and a half. I've been able to make money on the internet. I've been on the internet consistently since I was like in my 20s.
Yeah. You just gotta figure that shit out. Yeah.
In my 20s. I'm 41.
And just figure it out. Yeah. You ever see when Country Wayne? Mm-hmm. You ever see when he posts his like insights for the month? Mm-mm. He always blacks out his earnings but you can just get on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
This motherfucker is making $4 million a month on Facebook. $4 million a month. And then to go back to what we were saying, people will go, oh, it must be nice just to be able to post a video. It's like, yo, this nigga's been posting for a decade.
Here's the thing, though. When you first start posting shit and people are like, who the fuck, who do you think you are?
Who is
and
this?
They're just like, you're stupid. Or just like the amount of negative energy that you have to get through to even get to that point is crazy. Because I can't tell you how many times people have called me a man, or I'm stupid, or I look ugly, or whatever. Like, and
gay.
like just the amount of negative shit that comes through your social media, if you're posting 6 or 7 times a day, to get to be able to make $4 million a month is crazy.
I can't even imagine the amount of negative comments. I can't imagine.
You can't. At that point,
imagine.
Somebody else has to do it, because like that's too. Like, I find myself being like,
Every once in a while, I'll go through like a female celebrity or like some Instagram model's comments on a picture just to see what's going on, like Kim K or so. And the shit people are saying is just like, are you really typing this on the internet? And just the amount of people. Of course, there are true fans. Oh, you're beautiful. I love this. But there's so many. You fucking whore. You piece of shit. You're not funny. Kill yourself. Do this. Do that. It is insane the amount of negative shit we say to these people. And to go back, it's all jealousy. It's all projection. It's all because we can't look in the mirror at ourselves.
Right.
And we look at these people who we want to be like or are jealous of, and we just attack them for no fucking reason.
I'm going to say one more thing before we go about that. There's a pretty famous makeup influencer. She's got her own makeup brand, blah, 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 whatever. She just launched in Sephora. I don't really follow her, but I know of her. I ran across a page from somebody else's page that is dedicated to talking shit about this particular girl. When you get to the point, like, I can't wait. I know what's gonna happen. I can't wait.
I already got it set up.
When you get to, I might make it myself. Shit. When you get to the point where somebody has dedicated their entire social media to hating on you, it's like, what? That's cool. To me, that's cool. Like,
obsessed.
Somebody is obsessed with you so much, they hate you so much that they're gonna waste their time to just like completely pick apart everything that you do and say and make another. You're getting more famous. The person's getting more famous by somebody else talking shit about you. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And you know what's funny about that person with that hate page? I could almost guarantee you, if that influencer was like, hey, would you like to come work for me? They'd be like, yes, I've always been a fan. I would love to. Let's do this. Let's do that. They would have all these fucking ideas for this person. They would tell, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. You see this shit so much. You hear comics talk about that. People will get in their DM, oh, you fucking suck, you this, that. Hey man, why would you say that? Hey man, I'm actually a big fan. I just didn't really know what to say. My grandmother had cancer and I had a bad day and you made a joke and I'm sorry. Can I get free? And just people just want attention. At the end of the day, people want attention, and they definitely want the attention of the people that they look up to or talk shit about.
They do.
They do.
They absolutely do.
They really do. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Man, we talk family, we talk relationships, we talk internet haters. So, with that being said, there's a show, that's a show. Where can people find you? You got anything coming up? Anything you want to plug? Or you ready to hit it?
Nah, just Leah on the internet.
Yeah. We got stuff in the works. We got some new furniture coming in. We're going to do a whole studio redesign.
We missed you, Dow.
Yeah, we missed Dow. So with that being said, y'all have a great week. We out. Peace.